Madam Speaker. My question is to the Premier. Premier, today is International Day of Democracy. Do you agree transparency and accountability are key to a healthy democracy? Premier, the report of the deliberately narrow review into Tasmania's political donations laws, confirmed as the weakest in the nation, has been sitting on your Attorney-General's desk since late last year. Premier, why is it gathering dust for nearly 9 months now? When will this review report be made public? And do you support strengthening Tasmania's political donation laws in any way, shape or form before the next election?
Thank you. The Honourable the Premier.
Madam Speaker, I thank the Leader of the Greens, Ms O'Connor, for that question and her interest in this matter. I'm sure it hasn't escaped the Leader of the Greens nor anyone else in this place that we have had a pretty difficult 6 months. Madam Speaker, a pretty difficult period, Madam Speaker, to which, as I've just indicated, Tasmanians are now coming out of it and starting to look cautiously optimistic. But, Madam Speaker, my focus hasn't been on a pathway to public funding, Madam Speaker, of elections. My focus has not been on a focus to public funding of elections, which the Leader of the Greens knows full well has been the path that has occurred in every other state and territory jurisdiction that has moved on this, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, in the interests of openness and transparency, the Leader of the Greens should put firmly on the record that she understands that what she's asking for is a move to publicly funded elections. To publicly funded elections, Madam Speaker. Now, Madam Speaker, in terms of the report, and I'll be quite clear, I haven't turned my mind to it.
What about your Attorney-General?
I haven't turned my mind to it, Madam Speaker, because, Madam Speaker, what I've been trying to do is to get on top of this virus, Madam Speaker. What I've been trying to do, Madam Speaker, is to keep Tasmanians as safe as I possibly can, Madam Speaker. And what keeps me awake at night is not troubling myself with whether or not you want to move to public funding or not. It's whether or not our aged care system is going to provide the protections that we need.
Standing Order 45 relevance. The Premier is dissembling. It's the same answer he gave last time. Could he tell the House when the report of the review will be made public? Please.
Okay, thank you. That's not a point of order, and it's up to the Premier how he answers.
Madam Speaker,
nothing to do with it.
Madam Speaker, it's got everything to do with it. Because, Madam Speaker, my focus very clearly has been on ensuring that we keep Tasmania as safe as we possibly can be. That, Madam Speaker, that we grow our economy, Madam Speaker, that we step carefully back to a place where people can employ Tasmanians, Madam Speaker, where our...
COVID's only been 6 months. What happened to the other 3?
Madam Speaker, I'll just make the point.
Yes.
The Leader of the Greens holding up 9 months. Every single country that has opened up post-COVID has had a second wave. Every single country, Madam Speaker, every single jurisdiction.
Point of order relevance. The Premier is just making a completely irrelevant point. Could he just tell us when the reporter of the review will be released?
I have already ruled on this. That's out of order, and the Premier is allowed to answer that question the way he sees fit.
So, Madam Speaker, rather than concerning myself with the move to public funding, with the move to public funding that the Leader of the Greens and those others, Madam Speaker, and those others, Madam Speaker, in this place, Madam Speaker, that want to introduce a new way of dealing with elections, Madam Speaker, because they know full well that what will happen is that we will have to take funding out of health or education or other services, Madam Speaker. And the point, Madam Speaker, that I would make, Madam Speaker, the point, Madam Speaker, in answering the Leader of the Greens question is that I haven't turned my mind to it because I have had other matters.
9 months.
I have had other matters, as has my cabinet, Madam Speaker, where we have been working as hard as we possibly can, to protect the oldest and most vulnerable population in the country, Madam Speaker, to a point, Madam Speaker, where, as I've said, Tasmanians now are cautiously optimistic about the future, Madam Speaker. The pathway that we have laid out, Madam Speaker, is working, Madam Speaker. We will have a budget later this year, Madam Speaker. A budget, Madam Speaker, that those on the other side of the House know, unfortunately, will be in significant deficit, that will be carrying significant amounts of net debt, Madam Speaker. And Madam Speaker,
Miss O'Connor,
Madam Speaker, my mind, Madam Speaker, and the mind of my cabinet has been on those matters that are important to Tasmanians right now. Keeping them safe, getting our economy going, Madam Speaker, and framing up a budget, Madam Speaker, that will deal with some very, very difficult challenges.
Thank you.